Okay. Okay, here we are. We are now live on YouTube. Hello, guys.
Hello.
So again, I'm going to start by saying it is a judge-free zone and it's okay to be here, minus lipstick, minus jewelry even, and minus your bra if you want. So if you're watching this on replay, we are here as our casual selves to spend a little time together to help each other really succeed in this business. And I have to tell you, 90% of succeeding in this business is getting ideas from other people, trying it and trying again. And that's what I learn every week and every day that I am on different leadership calls and mentoring calls and all that stuff. It's the people that make a commitment to themselves to follow through and continue no matter what. It doesn't matter if somebody's calling, a television show is on, dinner's on the table, they work around that because all those things have to happen and we want to have our own lives and social and all that stuff. But really having whatever commitment you're going to make to this business, really taking that seriously when you do. And as we said last week, why I think last week's call was so important, you need to sort of block time. If you're working with your kid on homework, don't do Park Lane. Work with your kid on homework. If it's dinner and you're having a family dinner and that's time, but if you've made a commitment to come to 8 o'clock Park Lane meeting on a Monday night, you can work around that and have dinner earlier or later or whatever it is, if you're committed to the process. And that will really help. I can tell you, even the best of the best leaders struggle if they don't have a mentoring at least once a week, right? Because we all have a good day, a bad day. What you have to remember though, and this is really important, you're not as good as your last show, and you're not only your last live, and you may have an amazing show and be on a high, right? And feel like, oh my God, this is amazing. I just did I know somebody in our team that just had a $1,700 show. And that's great. And those happen.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's awesome. Can you imagine? What do you make when you have a $1,700 show? And then you say, it's worth it. I will put the time and the effort in. But that only comes when you're dedicated, right? It only comes when you've really worked it. And then, even then, you're going to have a show where you have no orders. You're going to have a show where you have, 3 orders. And so being up and down and being consistent is really important. So try lots of things. We left last week talking about VIP groups. And it's really important, again, to cultivate that VIP group where every week you're making a little bit of progress. Did you add people to your VIP group? And I'm going to start by asking you honestly, Donna, did you add people to your VIP group last week?
I've been asking people to come into my VIP group, yes.
Great. So you're sending them an invite to join?
Yes.
You're sending them the link?
Yes.
Okay, so then that should really help because people will join. They may not know why they're there at first, but what about you, Tina?
I sent out last week at least 20 of the messages about like I'm having a flash sale for the Tuesday sale. It's only available in my group, and would you like to join? I did get 2 people reply and say they want to join. They didn't purchase, but they did request to join, and they joined. So
good. Well, that's good.
But I didn't just send out invites. I waited for them to reply to send an invite.
Right, which you can do. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say it again. And I heard this again and again today on the mentoring call that I was on. It all goes back to a show. It just goes back. So you're having trouble in your VIP group. You want more people? You got to do a show. You don't have money coming in and you have nothing. You got to do a show. You want to get, new reps and you want to build a team. You got to do it with a show. So when you are going to invite people who've been on a show and purchase into your VIP group, they are a whole different caliber of person in your VIP group because they've been there, done that, no Park Lane, want to see more.
I'm actually going back to my old shows and reaching out to those people.
Nice. So that's a good idea. If you've done that and you have people that you know are customers and actually saying to them, Donna, that's a great idea. We have a new line that I would really love to show you. And I'm doing some specials in my group. I got another one for you because I did this on Friday and it went over so much. I don't know. You guys are in my VIP group, I think. So watch and steal. That's all I can say. If you see it's working and you see I'm getting comments in my VIP group on something, copy and paste. Friday,
I'm not in the group.
You're not in my VIP group?
No.
Well, you're gonna be now. Let's see. Invite Tina. Okay, you're invited. Okay, so I posted on Friday, Freebie Friday. And I asked every single person in the group to comment on something good that happened to them, either that day or that they're planning for over the weekend. And that anybody who commented on my post, I was going to give away a piece of jewelry. Okay, so definitely starts engagement now. You'll notice I didn't just post that. I went live. There is a whole different Facebook algorithm when you go live. It is not the same as a post. Facebook says this is a priority. We're going to put this on more people's walls. Okay. So just if you understand Facebook and you understand the algorithms alone, going live is extremely more important than any post you'll ever do. Then when you tag people, they're getting a notification that so-and-so just went live. And a lot of times they'll check in. They may not stay, but they're checking on it. And that's important. Okay. So whenever I can go live in my group. Now, again, consistency in the lives is something I'm not good at. As far as I try to go live at least once a week. It's not always at the same time, so people don't always know, but I'm trying to do better at that. So what I'm going to plan on doing is every Friday going live and every Monday then going live. So Friday, I may set it up and do like a weekend sort of giveaway or a weekend question, that kind of thing. Let it go for over the weekend. And then on Monday, go live. And I liked what I did today because I went live and I was like, happy Monday. I hope you have the week. I hope this sparkle helps you start the week. Let's do a giveaway to start our Monday. And I got a lot of people watching and I got a lot of engagement. Here's what I did. I did the Freebie Friday. I asked, and again, it should be some sort of question that's engaging. So I said, what are you doing? What are your plans? Tell me something good. Today I gave away the yellow dandy. And I did that because I'm doing this Ukraine events, right? Where I'm trying to sell at least 10 of these. I told them that my goal is 25, but I said I have to sell at least 10. And the reason that I did that, first of all, I gave this away. I said the first one I'm giving away, the proceeds will already go to the organization that I'm doing the fundraiser for. So again, I'm taking it out of my pocket. It's worth doing it. I'm getting engagement. I'm getting the orders. I might hit 600 when I wouldn't have before, right? All those things that are going to help you with your Parkling business. Getting jewelry into people's hands right now, especially when you're getting started and you're new, is just so important. So I went on live, and this is the key. Again, if you're cultivating a new VIP group, it's baby steps. But the more you go live and the more you're sharing with people, the more chance you have of selling. So right now I've sold 5. I'm looking for a minimum of 10. When I sell 10, I'm going to give somebody $100 winning. I say gift card, whatever you want to say, but really think about it. If I get 10 orders for even just this small purchase, put 10 together, you get $400 in free jewelry, right, guys? Right? So if I get 10 of these sold, I get 400 in free. If I can give away 100 of that, that's nothing, right? I may give away more in the end and say, you guys are so amazing. I'm going to give away another 100 and do 2 raffles.
So you would put that in as a party and do each necklace as one order?
If I could, sure.
Rather than each necklace as, well, because it's going to get delivered directly to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I am doing something special, which you don't have to. I don't care if I don't make money on this. Like, that's not my goal, because I'm making money on my shows and I'm making money on so I will make a little bit, but I don't care. Well, I won't make money. And let me just say why I won't make money. I will make money, but any proceeds that I make I'm going to give to this fundraiser anyway, right? And I chose the Be Strong fundraiser. I like Bethany Frankel. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's the Real Housewife of New York. And she has her own humanitarian aid company called Be Strong, and every dollar gets donated to the front line. It's not like the Red Cross where there's taxes and this and that. Like Be Strong, 100% of the proceeds. So they are on the front line right now with water and food and shelter and diapers and you name it, whatever they need. So that's why I felt important to donate to this organization. Pick your favorite. But I will donate. So I told them that it was going to be $45 total, and that was with shipping and tax. But if you were really to figure it out, it's $38 plus 7 is 45, and then 45 times, like in New Jersey, it's 6.65%. So it's another 3. So I'm saving each person like $3. Now, if I sell 38 times 10, that's $380 show, right? So on 380, if you make 30% commission, you're going to make $114. I don't mind losing. 3 times 10 is about 30. So 114 minus 10, 114 minus 30 is, so I would have made 84 on those 10 orders, and I will donate the 84. My goal was to really sell 25. I don't know that I'll get there. If I can sell 10, I'll be happy. But it's 10 orders. It's a $380 show. If you sell 20, you'd be at your 600 like that. You can also say for every, listen, what you can do is once you sell the dandy, you can also go back to each customer that picks one and say, because you, well, I know you can't do that because it's just one piece. They'd have to buy another full price piece. I was going to say something that's not true, so I'm going to take that back. I was going to offer them a half price piece.
You'd only be able to do that if you did them as orders and they came to you and then you shipped them out.
Yeah, right. But
if everybody ordered through you and you got them for, you know,
I don't want to do that. It doesn't mean you can't do that. You can certainly.
Right, but the first 2 would be full price, and then the next.
Right, you're just not putting in the same, but you're not putting in the same order. Then your order's never going to reach $300 to get the free jewelry. Then you can't really do that.
If you got 25 or more, you know, not.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I'm not.
Yeah.
I got 5. My stuff sells right away. So like I can tell by the pace of how it's going. I'll be lucky if I get 10. And I think a lot of people feel like they're donating in their own way. But you know what? It can't hurt. Like I said, I sold 5. If I can get to 10, great. I'm going to run it through Wednesday. You guys can try it tonight. You can copy and paste what I wrote. That's just one suggestion of something to do. Again, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. You can do Lucky Leprechauns. You have beginnings, you know, spring into style. You can do a birthday bash. You can do a fundraiser. You can do March Madness. There's just so many things right now in March you can do. And if you're watching this for the first time and you didn't see last Monday's, I'm going to state again, March is the month to say to yourself, I'm taking this seriously. March is the month to say to yourself, I'm going to do things that I haven't tried or done in this business before. I'm going to put the time and the effort in because it's going to pay off. Maybe not in March, but it will pay off in April. And it's going to pay off when the timing is like just perfect so that you have your Easters and your Mother's Day and your graduations and your weddings and your teacher's gifts and all the things that happen for us in spring that build our business beyond. And if you don't start now, it gets too late. So it's having those couple of parties now. It's doing those reach outs now, because right now it's already almost mid-March, right? So you go into mid-March and you say, every night I'm going to reach out to 10 people and I'm going to ask for a show. I'm just going to ask for a show. You can't feel uncomfortable anymore. You have to get over that. You have to say, I'm going to ask. How am I going to ask? It may be different for each person, but ask. I need help practicing. Can you grab a few friends? I'm going to do it online and give you free jewelry. I have a new collection I wanted to share with you. Can I do that with you and a few friends? Whatever it is you ask, but go, I'm telling you, don't think to yourself, well, I'll ask her because I'm not going to ask her because don't judge, just ask. Do not judge. Do not put your own stuff on the other person. You don't know if they need something to pick them up. You don't know if their life has changed. You don't know if they need friends. You don't know if they need pieces of jewelry or if they just need to get together for some fun. If you don't ask, the answer is definitely no, but you definitely want to ask. Once that is said, now you're speaking to people between now and next week and then the week after. If you do that all of March, Now you actually have shows for April. And your April shows are going to lead to all of your Mother's Day stuff, right? Because that's when your people are buying for Mother's Day. By the time May comes around, they've got a week to get their Mother's Day presents, and it's too late. So you got to start planning now. No doubt. Okay. So that I just can't stress that enough, how important that really is, because it sets you up. Here's the thing. Mother's Day is bigger for us than Christmas. It just is. And if you do it right, and if you book your calendar and overstack, even if you want to do one show a week or 2 shows a month or whatever it is, but if you overstack and overbook yourself and you say, I'm going to book 2 shows each Thursday or 2 shows, a week, and one cancels or one isn't great, it's going to lead you to bigger things, which are amazing. And it's going to really help you build your business. Okay. So that's really, really important. I wanted to share, because Jerry Arnold is her name. That's who I heard talking today for a lot of it. She's like #1 in the company right now in sales. She does like these mega shows where like she does a party each night and there's like 7, 8 hostesses on it. I think she does sometimes between $20,000 and $35,000 in sales on a monthly basis. I mean, it's crazy, but she did like $300,000 in sales last year personally. In addition to building her team, she got really good at doing these multi-hostess shows. Okay. She shared today that she had last week 4 shows with 0 orders. And the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is not because, look, this business sucks, but it was, look, sometimes that happens. And if you don't have enough on your calendar, it throws you off and you don't keep going. And so it's not that the business isn't good, and it's not that there's not amazing shows. I just told you about somebody who did a $1,700 show this week, right? So regularly speaking, shows are going to be $500, $600, $700, $800, $1,000. But you're going to have these little blips of humps that you have to get over, and you have to have enough on your calendar, enough activity to be happening to feel like you have something else if something doesn't go right. So I just wanted to share that too. I just thought that was so important, because especially when you're starting and you're new, you might have a bad show. You might feel like your VIP group isn't getting anywhere. It is baby steps, but if you're not doing enough activity to help support your business, it's very, very hard to get up and going. It just is. So one little thing leads to the next. I just had somebody thank me today. I'm on a team group call on Monday mornings, and I thought this was so interesting. I didn't have a great week last week with my shows. I had a couple of doozies, I would say. And I find I rely on the hostesses a lot, right? So that's like, especially in my at-home business now where all my shows are online, I'm really relying on my hostesses to do the reach outs and connect me to her friends. Many of those friends don't come to the Zoom, and it's what we do after the Zoom that helps me get those orders. Some hostesses are like, of course I'm going to reach out to them. I'll get you the 10 orders, no worries. And she does, and it's a great show. Some hostesses are like, yeah, nah, I really, you can tell they're not comfortable. Or they'll say they tried and they really didn't. They posted on Facebook. And we know that's getting us nowhere. So somebody came up with an amazing idea, and I want you guys to have this idea, but really it's hard for me to go there. I need to make sure that you guys are first doing bookings. And if you guys want to do a booking blitz next week, we can do that if you really feel that you need the support to do that, because that's our business. If you're not doing your own booking blitzes, and I do every day, I tell myself every single day I have to book a show. I'm either booking a show what's that?
After last week's meeting, I sent out a lot of different I didn't send out all the same thing. I sent out like 3 different styles, versions of things throughout the week. And my opinion is even when I like the idea of the no. I mean, I'm not worried about the no. I'm not worried that somebody's going to say no. At least they replied, because then that gives me a conversation. And I might say, oh, you know what? That's all right. I don't have anything right now, but just remember in the future, I might bother you again, because now I feel like it's a step. They gave me a step. They gave me permission. They didn't say, no, don't call me back ever again. They gave me, you know what I mean? So now, a week from now, 3 days from now, a month from now, when I contact them again, and say, hey, how's it going? You know, how's life going right now? Whatever is, you know, whatever my,
Yeah. Well, so what
whatever
you're
I'm saying.
right. So what you're
That's
saying is
absolutely
hitting
fine.
on a very good point. Couple things. You'll never, almost all the time, get responses from most people the first time you text them or Facebook message them. You must come back with a second follow-up question. Did you get my message? That's all you have to say. If you don't do that, they're not responding to you.
Right.
So
Like I said,
part-
I'm nervous about sending things, and by getting these responses, like I said, even though they aren't yeses to let's do this, they're positive responses to me.
Right. So, but it's really, really important. If you're going to take the time to send messages to people, which is already like, you know, you get more comfortable with it when you do it. Like once you do it, you have to write back a day later and say, hey, did you get my message? If you want to wait one full day, so you do it on Tuesday, you don't respond on Wednesday, and by Thursday you write back. If you don't do that, your first reach out is pointless. If you send me a Facebook message and I'm driving in the car and open it, I may never go back to it. If you send me a Facebook message and I'm cooking dinner, I may never go back to it. But if you write to me, hey, did you get my message? And now I see you wrote me a second time. Oh my God, Tina, I'm so sorry. Yes, I opened that at work and I meant to respond to you. Thank you for thinking of me. I really wasn't intending to do anything right now, but I'd certainly love for you to reach me in the future. Whatever the conversation then is, but at least it starts the conversation. You have to write back a second response. People do not respond to the first time. That's for sure. This business is about follow-up. That's the key. It's about follow-up, and you have to get comfortable. And once you get more comfortable with that, it works, but you have to be, and people do change. I mean, that's what they were saying today. If you went to a restaurant and I was your waitress, first thing I'm going to share you, and I said this to Monica earlier, the first thing that I'm going to say to you is, would you like to hear the menu, the specials? And you're going to say yes. And I read to you the 6 specials tonight. And you decide you don't want anything on the specials. You just want a hamburger. Are you upset with me because I read you the specials? No, it's my job, right? Then you come the second time. Would you like to hear the specials? And you say yes. And I read you the specials and you say, nah, I'm just going to go with but on the 6th time, you come into the restaurant and I read you the special and you decide you want the pasta special. It's my job to offer it. Do I get insulted when you say no? What if I didn't read you the specials because you didn't take them the first time? Right. It's my job. It's my job. It's my job to offer you what we have. It's my job to offer you all the specials that we host, that we honor. And you're okay as a customer to say, I'm interested, I'm not interested, this isn't a good time for me. Now, with that in mind, people's tastes change, their circumstances change, the things they need change, their life and their busyness changes. If you're not comfortable asking somebody who said no a first time, a second and third time down the road, you're only hurting yourself. Because certainly I've met people on shows where they say no to booking a party 6 times. And the 7th time they say yes, it's their time, it's their turn, it's their free jewelry. So if you don't ask, that you have to get over the asking. No one's going to get mad at you for asking, ever.
Well, I think you can look at it, at least for me, I can look at it kind of like a commercial. How many times do you see a commercial before it sinks in, or before, you see it many times, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could go for a Diet Coke.
Good example. That's a great example.
You say it so many times, and then eventually they come up with a lot of excuses. And to me, I just look at those are excuses that I have in my backpack to reply back with next time, So
no next time.
I'm dealing with my son, he's in the hospital.
So this is but Tina, I need to stop you there, because this is where somebody that has the sales skills would never wait till next time. If you want to get bookings, you're not waiting till next time. Never. If you want to get sales and if you want to get shows, you're going to have, and I have a whole page, they're in, and I'll put them in the Diva Sparkle group again. They were in our old thing. They're called Transitions to Objections. Okay. And there's a formula for our transition to objections. And I want you guys to write this down. Donna, I know you've heard this speech before, but you're going to hear it again. The number one thing you should get good at is bookings. To get those bookings, you have to get good at transition to objections. If I ask 10 people to host a party, Tina, you've heard me say this. If I ask 10 people to host a party, 10 people are going to say no. But it's what I do with the no at that very moment that gets me the yes. I'm not waiting till next time. There may not be a next time, right? If I'm meeting somebody on a party and I don't do the work to get the yes, I will never have the chance with them again. Okay? That's my whole lifeline of my whole business of how I get bookings is I turn the no into a yes. You have to get comfortable with that. Here's how. 5 steps. Listen. You want to write these down. Listen. Relate. Benefit line / transition to objection. So relate, right? Then you have your benefit line / transition to objection. Next, you're going to have alternate of choice. And 5th, you're going to have close. This is a formula. It is a sales formula. It is something that when you practice over and over again, it just comes naturally. And here's what I want you to do. This is an assignment for each of you. This is a homework assignment. This is what I want you to do. I want you to write down the 5 reasons somebody says no to you. I want you to write down the 5 reasons somebody says no to you. Okay? Probably, not probably, definitely, number 1 is, I'm really sorry, I'm too busy right now. In some way or shape or form, they've said to you, I just can't right now, I'm too busy. And then they'll give you all the reasons why they're too busy, but they've just told you they're too busy. Would everybody agree with what I'm saying? Right? So the question is, and this is what you have to train your mind, they're not saying they're too busy. They're saying, I have no idea what you just asked me, and you're asking me for a responsibility I'm not comfortable with. So now if you're able to come back and explain it a little bit more and give them whatever their hesitation is, comfort, the chances are they may say yes. Okay. So here's what I want you to hear. Thank you, Tina, for asking. I really can't right now. I'm just too busy. I've got the kids and soccer and whatever. I'm out all the time. I just really can't. But thank you. I did not hear no. If you're hearing no, you're losing major potential and a lot of business. Okay. And it's when you get good at deciphering. If somebody says to me, I can't, my mom's sick with cancer, I'm taking care of her, I'm not doing it. That's a hard no, right? That's a hard no. But when somebody says, I can't, I'm too busy, you have to learn. I never get off the phone without giving a transition to an objection. Let them say no a second time to you. When they say no a second time, you know you've done your job. I actually wait for a third time usually because I'm going through different transitions to objections. And that's how I get my yeses. I'm not being pushy. I'm explaining. And if you need to think about it like you're just explaining some more so they understand, that's the key. You're leading them to what you want. You're leading them to what you want. You're saying things to make them comfortable so that they're okay with the process. Okay, so they say, I'm too busy right now. You're going to say, I totally understand. I want that to be your first line. So you just came up with 5 reasons why somebody told you they can't have a show. They're too busy right now. They don't have the money. Their house is too small, which isn't anymore. They don't have any friends that would buy jewelry. I don't know. Give me some others.
That's our homework assignment. We got to come back with them for next week.
There you go. I love it. So yeah. So you're going to write down your 5 top reasons why people have said no, right? Now you're going to come in. Here's the transition. I totally understand how you feel. Say it in your own words if you want, but I totally understand how you feel. When you relate to somebody, and when you come back with agreeing with them, you've now taken them and you've taken their defenses and you've washed them away because now you're on the same page, you're aligning with them. So they think, okay, what's she trying to get me to do? And you're agreeing with their hesitation, right? So I totally understand how you feel. But I want to let you know I'm going to do all the work. We know you're busy. I totally get it. I'm going to handle all the work. There's really nothing to do with an online show. It's so much fun. Just so you know, there's no cooking. You don't have to put food out. You don't have to get your house ready. You don't even have to tell your kids to go somewhere. You can say all these things. If they're telling you they have too many kids and they're so busy with the kids, you can say all that I just said, right? Now you're going to say, so listen, it does help Monica with her show. She's going to get a $50 credit for your booking. That definitely helps me get my business, right? When I have a show and I'm booking from that show, my MO is to say that the hostess is going to get a credit for her booking. People book parties because they want to help people. Okay? People don't book parties for free jewelry. People do not book parties for free jewelry. They feel guilty booking a party for free jewelry because they have to ask their friends to spend money. So you have to understand people's thoughts. They're not booking for free. They want the free jewelry. They're happy for it as a second afterthought, as like, oh, and in addition, I get free jewelry. But they're really booking to help their friend. They feel good about that, right? So that's the heartstring that you want to pull on. So, you know, I get to give Monica a $50 credit with your name on it. And then you get to get $400 to $600 in free jewelry at your styling. Again, I'll do all the work. You're just going to put a few people into a Facebook group. I'm going to send you all the words you need to say, and we're going to have a fun time. What do you say? I have March 15th or the 27th. Which do you prefer? So what I've done just there is I've related, right? I gave a benefit line. I gave a transition. I gave an alternative choice with dates, and then a closing question. You understand that formula? So it's really listening to what they're saying. What are they really saying now? Or are they saying they have no idea when they would have a party? Because 90% of the time, the no that they're giving you is they don't know what you're asking. They don't know the responsibility that comes with it. And they don't know what they would have to do. And they have no idea what date they would do. So that's all up to you to lead them to that. You don't say what date, you know, give me a date. You think you could do it in March? No one would book a party ever. What you have to say is, I have Thursday. I do shows on Thursdays. I have the 15th or the 27th. Which do you prefer? Now, if somebody's going to come back to you and say, I'm really sorry, I can't do Thursdays. I'm out on Thursdays. Oh, you know what? No problem. I'm looking back at my calendar. And if you did it on the 22nd, I could do a Tuesday. Does that work better for you? So you see, now it's going to lead to that conversation that you're talking about. I personally, when I'm trying to book, and again, this is my key, and this is, you guys all know that, that's how you met me. I'm speaking to people when I'm taking orders. It's not over text. I am not asking for a booking over text. Now, with people I know, if I was first getting started, I would be Facebook messaging them, right? Again, I would go back to what I would do to get started. I would host my own Zoom. I would have 2 dates at all times in the beginning of my business that I was doing so that I could have that alternate of choice. I would be reaching out to 10 people a night. Hey, I'm doing a Zoom get together on Tuesday night because I'm doing something really fun and giving away free jewelry. And I thought of you. Would you come to a Zoom? You're the hostess. You're getting the commission. You're inviting people to get orders. Now, as you speak to them, you can book parties because you're going to have customers. Now those customers can be filtered into your VIP group and all the things you need. So you can start with yourself as a party. And if you book yourself on the 15th and you book yourself on the 27th, commit to it. Make it happen, invite enough people, reach out to them, do all the things that make parties successful, and have 2 or 3 on your calendar. So boom, boom, boom. One's going to be better than the other. One may suck. One may be great. You're going to meet people on each. And that's going to help filter in to get your business going and to use the transition to objections and all the things that help parties work. So what I would really like to hear for next time are party dates that you have on your schedule, because what I'd like to do is go through a party and help you with some really amazing skill sets and tips to help your show. But we should not go through those because it's overwhelming until we get the parties booked. And so what I want to help you do is get those parties booked, and you can ask somebody to host a party. That's wonderful. But if you feel like it's going to be a benefit to you to get your parties booked by just asking that you want to practice, or that you're doing your own, you don't have to say, I'm doing my own Zoom. I'm hosting a show and I would love for you to come. I'm hosting a show to show my new line and I really need some practice. Would you come? We're going to have a lot of fun, whatever it is. Show a couple pieces of jewelry, get good at practicing your lives, all those things, get some orders, filter them into your Facebook, your Facebook VIP group. Is that helpful to you guys?
Mhm.
I'm going to post in the Sparkle Divas group our transition to objections. They're a little old. I think they're like 15 years old. I've been literally using the same thing for 17 years. The names change, the company changes, the way that you get a booking, the way that you get a sale, it doesn't change. People will always say no first because they don't know what you're asking them. If you're not willing to follow up to that no, you're out of business. And I don't mean to be so harsh, but it's true. So I want you guys to use the tools that are available because you will get good at them. It does take practice. All of a sudden you start thinking like that. When somebody says no, you don't hear the no anymore. You hear, well, if I say this to her hesitation, because that's really what you're doing. You can do it any way you want. You're going to hear hesitations. And the object is that you have to listen to the hesitation and come back with a positive. You have to come back with the reason why they would and eliminate those hesitations. Really the key. All right. Any questions to this point? Okay. I think that's really awesome. It's just the way, listen, if you can start to practice, you can use those words, if you can get the bookings, you just got to jump in and try and keep going until you feel comfortable that you're going to go out there and get them. And it's all in the words and all in the practice. Once you do that, the parties are fun. And this is the interesting part. Most people who say no and then you turn it into a yes, as soon as yes comes out of their mouth, they're excited because they don't know why they're saying no. They just know no is easier to say. They don't know why they're saying no. They may have even had a desire to have a party and get free jewelry, but they don't know what they're doing. Once you say to them, I got you, I'm going to take care of this. Here's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to create a Facebook group. You're going to throw a few of your friends in there. It takes about 3 minutes. I'm going to set up an invite that you can text to everybody. It takes another like 5. The day of will help follow up to remind people, and that's it. I promise you free jewelry and a fun time with your friends. And you probably don't even get together with your friends enough. This is a good time to do that, right? Now you might say to them, we can do a theme if you'd like. It's your birthday. Let's do a birthday theme. It's Valentine's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day. It's National Puppy Day. Whatever it is you want, do that and use themes if you'd like, if that helps you sort of deliver the information and get them. And you're still going to get no's. I'm not telling you that by what I'm telling you, every single person's going to say a yes. What I'm telling you is that when you do that 10 times, you are very likely that 2 or 3 of those people will say yes. And that is the key to success. Now, the 7 people who still said no, they're not mad at you. They're not upset that you asked them. It's just not the right time. Okay. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with to do. There is truly again, if we just go through this, St. Patty's Day is coming up. If you want to try to do something with St. Patty's Day and a leprechaun, game or anything like that, you can. Right now, I'm trying to raise funds for the Ukraine with these little, dainties. You can do that. You can book your own show for any of the little holidays coming up. You should do that. Again, I would pick 2 dates. So if somebody says, oh, I can't on the 15th, you can say, oh, that's okay. I also have one on the 22nd. So that's a great strategy. You can do multi-hostess parties. Some people like to call them Battle of the Bling. This way you get more than one hostess in the show. The Battle of the Bling helps hostesses actually. And by the way, what do you guys think of my new Tegan earrings? I'm loving.
Were those
Very nice.
Aren't they nice? Here's what I think. It's kind of weird. They're showing up as $92 in the regular customer line. which you can take half price. But they were a special for a little while for 22 as a monthly special where we don't get paid on them. They're actually still in there. So you can either sell them for $22 as a customer special, which I choose not to do, or you can sell them for $92 that somebody would take them half price for 40, whatever that is, 6, or grab them as a bonus item. Okay. The other, you know what, that just actually led me to something. I don't think any of you guys, but I will just say this. A lot of people sell so many monthly special pieces that they wind up selling more pieces that they don't make money on than pieces they do.
Hmm.
I'm not telling you how to do it, but in my personal opinion, if you're doing that, you're giving away a lot of money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you're working the smartest. The style drops are there for a reason. They're wonderful to have. They can really support you and help you in your VIP group. And so it can establish why somebody might buy a $40 item to get a style drop. I make it when they spend 40, they can get 1 style drop. If they want 2 style drops, they have to buy 80, you know, like I'm not having somebody spend 40 and then take $250 of monthly special pieces. That's not what it was designed to really do. Okay. Just important for your own sake, because once you go there and you do that, it's hard to come back. So I would just be careful on the way that you use the monthly specials. If you use them, again, I do them in the VIP group, but I did do a live. I don't know if you guys got this bracelet. Have you gotten this?
No,
It is my
it looks
new,
very pretty though.
oh my God. So I have to go on Spotlight for a minute. Are you guys on Spotlight View or Gallery View? I've been on Gallery View. I'm spotlighting myself for a second. So, okay. So this is the baby signature Nightfall bracelet. I don't think me showing this to you is doing this justice, but this is like, I thought it was black. It's actually a navy blue, and it kind of looks like it has the stars in them. The navy blue is like a cosmic blue. It's actually considered a sandstone, which is a very, very high-end stone. And the way that the signatures are set, they're set in like a setting with silver and gold. They're absolutely beautiful. It is a piece of jewelry that retails for a little over $300. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. I mean, it's as good as fine jewelry, right? It's as good as it's going to get here at Park Lane. It's really stunning. You see, I'm wearing it with my Denali bracelets. So I went on to my VIP group. They have this, they were really smart about how they did it this time. The earrings are $46 regular retail. So you would get paid on those, right? So if they choose the earrings for $46, they can now take the bracelet as that upsell monthly special piece for $65. All right, so that is a really special piece and one that you definitely want to share if you're sharing those kind of pieces in your group. I did get 3 sales from just doing that. I went live, I think it was last Wednesday or Thursday, whatever day it was, I went live. So you see all these little sales, they add up. I actually had a really poor week. My shows tanked. I mean, when I tell you my shows tanked this week, they tanked. But I try to make it up with all the other stuff that I do. First of all, I try in all my groups to do the best I can in every party. But in my VIP group, I did a live for this, and I really talked about it and all that stuff. Then I did my freebie Friday and I gave away a piece. And now today I went live again and I gave this away, and now I'm doing the Ukraine. So I try to do something in my VIP group each week, all the time. So something's going, and I have a little landing of dollars coming in, of people I'm meeting, engagement in my group that you really want to help you get started and be consistent in your VIP groups. Now, the last thing I'll share, because I just learned it today, it doesn't really help you until you have parties booked, but I'm so excited to try this. I have a party tomorrow night. I wrote in a private message to every single person that was invited to the party that's in the group. So there's 22 people in the group for tomorrow night. I wrote to 22 people privately, and I'll tell you what I sent. So the message that I sent was, hey, Casey, I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Jackie Reganti, and I am a stylist with Park Lane Jewelry. I'm excited for Paula's styling tomorrow night, Tuesday, and I'm looking forward to meeting you. Please let me know your personal jewelry style. Do you prefer silver or gold? Are you into dainty, delicate pieces that are great for layering? Do you prefer earrings or bracelets or classic or statement pieces? Thank you so much for your input. I will be bringing some of those pieces to our show tomorrow night and putting you in to win a sparkly surprise. Now, I want to share with you the theory behind this and how this is helping. First, I'm reaching out to each person personally, right? And when we start a conversation, you hope that the conversation will help them to feel personally invited and that they'll come to the Zoom. Number two, when you send somebody a private Facebook message and you're not friends with them, there's almost zero chance they see it. So most people don't see it. But in the Facebook group, about an hour after I texted everybody, I go into the Facebook group, which I did right before I got on here tonight, and I posted, and it says, hi, ladies. I'm so excited for Paula's virtual Park Lane styling tomorrow. Are you ready for some fun? Make sure to check your personal messages. I sent you over a question to help us get started with our awesome styling. And by answering, you'll be put into our very first raffle. See you tomorrow. And you see this? There's like a graphic that goes with it. Okay. Here's what it does. It connects me to every single person in the group before the show. They are answering and they are responding to me and getting to know me before the show. I'm building that relationship. So now in hopes that more people are going to come on live. Okay. Then at the end of the show, I'm going to give away a sparkly surprise to somebody that commented, but you and I know they're not winning unless they actually come to the Zoom, right? Like that's not right. So they have to come to the Zoom. So I'm getting everybody to comment and then I'm going to go on the Zoom. But now after the show, for those that didn't come, I can write back to them because we have the Facebook connection. Once they comment and write to me, Facebook lets them see my messages. And that is what's so important. It's that whole process of getting them to write to you and answer you. So now when I go back and I say, hey, Tina, I'm so sorry that you missed our live performance for Paula's show, but I wanted to make sure you had our website to check it out and text me your favorite pieces. So it's learning how to do the engagement the right way so that you get the responses. And that's what I'm here to teach you step by step once you get those bookings on your calendar. Does that help you guys? I'm going to stop talking. We have about 3 minutes left. I just want to answer. You guys must have some thoughts that you have after hearing an hour worth of ideas. What are you thinking?
I don't know that I have any questions. I think that a lot of the stuff you said just nails it down a little bit more. I don't feel like you brought up any new questions. You may have added some more information, but just nailed it down a little bit more, made it a little bit more real, more objective.
Do you feel more comfortable reaching out to people and going for like the booking?
I mean, I'm definitely feeling more comfortable. I think I have to do what you said about setting up 2 or 3 parties to get people to go to them. Unfortunately, I have a very small friends group and they've all already had parties. So, I'm reaching out to that outer crust of people or people that are friends that I don't quote unquote really know. But that's, I think that's where I did send a lot of stuff last week. I didn't at all this week yet. Well, today.
Do follow up for me. Promise me that all the people that you wrote to last week, especially the non-responders, you're going to write back and say, hey, I hope you got my message and all is well. What were you thinking? I need you to go back and write a second message to anybody who didn't respond.
All right. I'll respond to everybody who didn't respond, and I plan on sending out at least 25 or 30 at least this week. So
terrific. And I wanted to, so you just brought something to light for me. Actually, the people who helped me the most, Tina, were the people that weren't the closest to me. because they're not feeling so like I have to do this, but they're feeling like I want to. So when I first got started, I will let you know, and then I'm going to move on to Donna. But when I first got started, Tina, I had my friends do a show for me, and my friends booked for my show, and my friend Anna did all those shows, right? And so 4 months later, when I decided to sign on, all of my friends had met Anna and hosted shows with Anna. And so Jackie had to get started. How was I going to get started? So here's what I did. I started to reach out to people outside my original circle. Well, let me tell you, I did much better. So a friend of mine from college that I hadn't talked to in years did a party for me. And what was so nice, the only person I knew there was her. I didn't know anybody else. So it didn't matter to me about asking for bookings because I had no connection to them, right? My uncomfortableness went away because they were strangers. But I booked a hostess who was her next door neighbor, and I booked her sister. It got me into two completely different groups of people, okay? The next door neighbor was an older woman who had a bowling team group. I booked 5 shows from that party. The sister was a young mom in another town. I did her show and I booked 2 shows from that. So I ended up with those 2 shows when I got started, did 1 show, booked 2. From those 2, I got 7. From those 7, it completely launched my business. And that was 17 years ago. So the people that helped me weren't the people that I was close to. It was the people that I wasn't close to. So you just need to find one person that says, oh yeah, I'll give it a try.
Yep.
Donna, any questions that you can think of?
No, I'm just, since we spoke last week, I'm really focusing on calling people and reaching out, and I'm going to be more focused with my VIP group and go to all my old shows, and I'm reaching out to them to try to develop a VIP group.
If you don't have a show on your calendar, Donna, do your own show and invite people you haven't invited before. That is my suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm also going to do a birthday event too.
Great. That's great.
So,
and you can copy anything you want for my VIP group. So you guys go for that. That's it. All right. Monica, anything?
Sorry, can you hear me?
I can.
Sorry, I was on mute. I know I just have a lot of action items and things I'm excited to get started on. So it makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. I hope that this is motivating and that it gives you real concrete things to, work on. I think once we get a few bookings on the calendar, and listen, if you guys are having a really hard time, because some people do just to sit down and really get started. I know once I get started, then I'm in a roll. I did 10, I got to do 10 more. Oh, that was easy. I'm going to do 5 more. Like it does get you on a roll. So it's worth doing that. But if you're finding it really hard, just text me. I'll sit and I'll do it with you. I'll send 10 messages myself. Like while you send 10, we'll do it together and we'll do a booking blitz. You just got to sort of get in that mode and it kind of comes. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a great week. And
you too, Jackie.
Can't wait to hear some awesome feedback.
All right. Have a good week. Hopefully this week is better for you than last week.
It already is, and here's why, and this is just the truth. Last week, my hostesses were like, not they weren't available, but they weren't really helping me, and I needed to find new tools, and that's what I'm always doing. Like, I don't know it all, and there's always something new to learn and to try, so I just have to be open to always seeing what people are doing that are working. So like this new tip about reaching out to people before the party one-on-one and giving away a prize for that may be the key to getting people connected to me to come to the show. And so I need to stop relying on the hostess who then feels uncomfortable, right? That she's done that. And if I can take over that, I'd rather have the burden on me because now I have, I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to speak to those people to see if they're interested in ordering.
Maybe when you do that message the next time, you should put in it that the people that are at the party, like when you show up, one of the first things you're doing is you're gonna be doing a vote. So then you can post up a survey, like what the free prize is gonna be, a pink dandy, this or that, and people vote on it, but they can't, right? Because then they're gonna have to show up just to vote.
Yeah,
And
I
they
mean,
can-
that could be, I mean, the only thing
They
is
could be
that,
voting while you're doing the introductions, like while you're, because the vote goes in the chat area.
yeah, I know, I like the idea of the vote. The truth is that I use jewelry what's here.
No, you could
So I
still
would
do
have to-
that. You can, but
do
you
that,
could,
right.
like, you could say, it could be 2 items. For all those people that replied to my messages, the prize I'm giving away, you guys choose. Is it going to be this or this? Is it going to be A or B?
Yeah, no, I think that might be, you're onto something, and we should try that. So I'm going to be holding a vote on the pieces we're giving away. Come join us so that you can be part of the vote. I think anything that creates engagement, like you're saying, is definitely a great idea.
So,
All those,
like-
all those things for engagement are really awesome. All right, guys, have a great night.
great week. Good luck.
Have a good week.
Appreciate you.
Thanks, Jackie.
Bye.
Everyone.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.